Man, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Man, yo, I definitely want to just, just go on and give my little take. I definitely saw, um, shout out to Miss Norvan and my man Chris Largen from, the ADOS, I think from Southern Cal, something like that, from the Southern Cal chapter. Uh, Actually, it'll be on the interview. I think it's called the Mikey and Danny Show on Foxhole channel or Foxhole TV. Um, they were basically talking about it. Got a couple good reviews on it, some negative reviews on it. I actually listened to some some of it, not all of it. So I have to get back to at least finish up the rest on it. Um, but yeah, I mean it was a real good positive interview. About the explanation of it. But I think the thing about it, there shouldn't be no more explanation on the identity or even on the plight of a black agenda for basically 80 West or foundational black Americans. I mean, just it's mainly self-explanatory at this moment. Um, to even let other people or even you need to explain um, is just really fabrical. I mean, um, I think there need to be more of a code of ethic into the group. That's just definitely what I think. If you get more of a codified group and not too much of this misdirections or infighting or whatever like that, there really ain't gonna be need of outside interference because you already shut those out. They're no longer viable in the discussion or topic or even the mind frame. It's just what it is, what it is. You're on that course now. You can be say a collision is going to be a clash or a collision course. This is really what it is. Um, Now on Twitter, I said and I said it and I believe it. I said greater oppression, a greater suffrage normally um, stops a mini infighting of a group, especially if the group is the main target of that oppression or greater extent of oppression. So um, that's pretty much what was the seal the fate or seal the deal or squash whatever was going on. Uh, I think my take on Fox Soul, I looked it up. I just wanted to check it out. Is it black owned? I mean, no, it's not black owned. It's targeted to a black audience. Yes, it is, but it's under the flagship of Fox, of the Fox Network. As you know, Fox Network owns Dish Network. That the person who heads Fox Soul name is James Du Bois. Now he played NFL for the Detroit Lions in the NFL. He was served in the chairman or something like that, or executive producers on P Diddy, Bad Boy Records. He came out. He did a few things. He definitely is one of the executives for the Dish Network segment that got Ricky Smiley, the Brat, Portia Williams. You got other people like Kid Craddock in the morning. You got a lot of different, national syndicate radio shows that really becoming that basically became a few years ago, like almost like a TV show. Um, in that aspect, even though, like I said, the TV ratings are dropping because a lot of young viewers are not really tuning into the television as they used to be. A lot of people just tune into their cell phones or something like that, or turn into apps or whatever like that. So it's not really mainly looking at TV ratings because that's pretty much a dying breed if you want to look at it. I mean, like I said, I've seen the dude. I mean, I've seen his resume and stuff like that. But I'm trying to see who owned it, and really nobody really is not black owned at all. It's just really still white or corporated owned. I think it has, Fox do have some type of uh, partnership or ties with Comcast. Now that's why I also went into further research with the Fox Soul. So just let people know that, you know, I'm not gonna jump too much in ship of it, um, but I'm not gonna bash it either. But like I said, I'm just not gonna really go steam full ahead of it. Plus, in my circumstances, is um, you're interviewing these chapters. That's good, but you need to really interview the source of the mouth. The source if you want. I mean, I think they get a better critique at it. Um, they get a better critique at it. Is a veteran, or Antonio Moore. And these shows really not really, they're actually circumventing uh, really from those two to people that don't have a really a more of a on-site solidarity impact. I'm not bashing the chapters or nothing like that. I'm more just saying a lot of these places, if they're the leaders, while they're not being quote like everybody called a leader, but you're not really interviewing them. Nobody's not giving them no press. So there's some things that I think there's some underlying things that's going on. I mean, I just kind of see it. I mean, like I said, no shots are pertaining to the chapters and stuff. I definitely support the chapter 100%. Everybody is on a black agenda. Everybody's practicing black empowerment. Everybody's on somewhat on a activism course. Like I said, you got boots on the ground. You're doing the work, and you're really putting this in, and you're really contributing to the effort of it. There shouldn't be nothing to go against you. And that's just really what it is, what I believe. But I mean, the interview was pretty good. I think my question was why they just didn't interview the source, why they didn't bring Antonio Moore, why they didn't bring Yvette, unless, like I said, now I know Yvette and Antonio Moore, they want exposure. Like I said, you get any type of exposure you want, but I know they say they're real picky on it. So it is what it is. Um, but really, that's not really why I really want to come on there. I just want to give more of a critique of more of the black economics into it, and a little bit of a political insight into it. I think you need both. There's no, like I said before, there's no, you just can't just keep going political and there's nothing economic coming out of it. Like I said, everything that's still require capital. Capital is economic, so you still going to need an economic baseline. That's just something that needs to be critiqued. That's why I feel a code is definitely need to be developed and definitely need to be more widely practiced among the group, because a code can get you far. I mean, you'd be surprised what a code of ethic among the people can actually bring. Um, it brings more of a solidarity into social capital that Yvette or Tone be expressing, but it also navigate the realm of economics, development, and inclusion, where sometimes what others will talk about, like Black or Professor Truth, and I'm saying like that. But the code also solidify a culture standpoint that, like, sometimes to read them talk about, other people talk about. So you definitely got um, a cohesion of actually connected grievance agreement on a specific standard, and that's really what we need. I mean, I'm saying that all of us have it, or all of us isn't practicing. I think there is certain segment of the population that is somewhat getting into that mind frame, what I call a micro group society economics and politics, um, or a lot of people, I like to call it microeconomies, but also I like to call it a micro society, while you got a segment of group that come to an autonomous, anonymous agreement of actually really committed to each other in political and economic and cultural activities and stuff like that. So there's certain things that is going on slowly, but surely things will get a little bit better. Like I said, I mean, more actually greater oppression and suffering actually brings a group more together than not of greater suppression or suffering. So that's just really my intake on it, and as well with the Fox Soul like interview. Like I said, it was a good interview. No point intended to it. I think it probably just needs a little bit more of a. But I think my only critique really was that they should have really put a better tone on it, so they can kind of put the message more on an even keel. Um, but like I said, it was a great interview from the with the chapters came out with it. But like I said, I think it's if you're going, like I said, I think anybody who spread the message, like I said, there's no dissatisfied or notorious about it. So like I said, just giving my little insight for what I'm seeing and what I saw, especially on the Fox Soul and all that. But I'll definitely get you guys back on another video real soon. All right, one.